Hey everybody, hope you guys all doing safe. So you're watching main camera footage shot with the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Oppo Find X6 Pro. So both of these are handheld right now, and you're hearing the sound coming directly from the microphones. So let's step out of my hotel. My hotel in New York is really awesome, man. It's set in an alley full of graffiti. Let me switch to the ultra-wide camera. So yeah, ultra-wide camera footage of both of these phones right now. So the Oppo Find X6 Pro's main selling point is that the ultra-wide camera and the periscope zoom lens uses the Sony IMX890 with a 1/1.5-inch image sensor. That's a significantly larger image sensor than the iPhone 15 Pro Max's zoom or ultra-wide lens. So that means, like, right now in the day, maybe you won't see a difference, but later when it gets darker, pretty sure the ultra-wide camera of the Oppo is gonna win. It's gonna be sharper, it's gonna be less noisier. So both phones' main cameras shoot at 24mm. It's a little bit too wide in my opinion. Both of the main cameras can do in-sensor crop to produce a 2x zoom. They're advertising as like a lossless zoom, like optical quality. Now both of these phones also have a zoom lens, obviously. On the iPhone, it's a 5x, 120mm. On the Oppo Find X6 Pro, it's a 77mm 3x. So you can see that, the iPhone zoom, it's longer. But then Oppo will also do in-sensor crop with the zoom lens to produce a 6x zoom. So if you shoot at 6x, then it keeps up very close with the iPhone's 5x zoom. In fact, you actually see stronger depth of field in the Oppo zoom shot because the image sensor is larger than the iPhone. And both of these phones have an ultra-wide camera that captures a very sweeping field of view. Now, one interesting thing that I noticed is that when I point the camera at really bright lights, the iPhone will automatically expose for the scene immediately, while Oppo will not. Oppo will actually show me a scene on a viewfinder where the lights are very blown out. But after I take the shot, then Oppo will fix the lighting. I actually prefer the iPhone's method because you can see how the picture's gonna look after you shoot. But I think Oppo's doing this is because this Find X6 Pro has Marie Silicon, which is Oppo's custom chip. I think Oppo's process is to capture images in as raw a form as possible so that it can make it all the way to Marie Silicon completely uncompressed, unedited, and then it will do the processing at the final stage. Generally speaking, Oppo's image is always brighter than the iPhone's image, just like the Xiaomi versus iPhone test I did like a week ago. Like, the 1-inch sensor just takes in a lot of light, and I think the iPhone 15 Pro Max, what they're doing this year with the processing is they're keeping shadows a little bit darker. Now both of these phones have USB-C 3.0 ports that allow you to plug it into accessories like an external hard drive to move photos and video files over. With the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I've actually been connecting it to the VITURE One XR glasses. I've covered a lot of XR/AR glasses in the past. The VITURE One is without a doubt the most premium looking and feeling one yet. Everything from the packaging to the case that comes in to the actual construction of the glasses is just a little bit more higher end than competitors out there. The VITURE One's also more feature packed. For example, with other AR glasses, I have to put on a lens cover if I want to block out the outside world. With the VITURE One, the lens actually has built-in electrochromic film that with the press of a button will darken the lens. The VITURE One can also do 3D OF orientation tracking on the glasses, so that means I can lock the screen onto a portion of the real world, and then if I move my head around, the screen will stay in place and not follow my head. With other XR glasses, I need a secondary accessory to get the same feature. VITURE's SpaceWalker app is also more advanced than other companion apps that I've tested. You can use your phone as a laser pointer to control the UI and also for text input. There are a couple of optional accessories like the HDMI XR adapter that allows the VITURE One to connect to older iPhones with a lightning port. There's also a mobile dock that allows easy connecting to the Nintendo Switch and at the same time enable co-op and offering extra power for the Steam Deck. If you're interested in learning more about the VITURE One, check out the link in the description below. So one interesting thing I've noticed is that when I do long zooms, like say 20x or 25x, Oppo's periscope lens will produce a better, sharper photo than the iPhone, but then when it comes to video, it's flipped. The iPhone video is sharper than Oppo's. I actually wonder if the Oppo is even using the periscope zoom lens here, but it is using the periscope zoom lens. You're watching front-facing camera footage right now with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 4K 30, but the Oppo Find X6 Pro can also shoot in 4K 30. Oppo Find X footage, also 4K. Yeah, so this phone, when it first launched, the selfie camera couldn't shoot in 4K like a lot of Chinese brands, but then Oppo fixed it with software updates. Okay, ultra-wide camera footage with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Ooh, look at this house right here. Okay, now you're watching ultra-wide camera footage on the Oppo Find X6 Pro. So I am biking to the Bushwick part of Brooklyn. Okay, I have made it to Bushwick, and there's a lot of cool street art right here. So main camera iPhone right now, let's do a 5x zoom into Captain America on your left. So this is 5x. I'm also moving on a bike right now, so how is stabilization? Okay, now this is an Oppo Find X6 Pro with the 3x zoom lens. Okay, so throughout the last 2 days, I've snapped a lot of photos and videos with both of these phones. I think generally speaking, the Oppo Find X6 Pro's images are always brighter, and if you really want to pixel peep and check out details, it's a little bit sharper too. But then the iPhone nails dynamic range a lot more often than the Oppo Find X6 Pro. The Find X6 Pro still suffers from overprocessing and inconsistent exposure from shot to shot, which was one of my biggest complaints about this phone like 6 months ago, and it's still here even after multiple software updates. The iPhone camera is just more consistent, but then the Oppo cameras are technically more capable. As for the selfie camera, no surprise, the iPhone selfie camera is just better photos, better videos, better audio too. But then ultimately, more capable hardware is more capable hardware. For example, if I snap an ultra-wide camera image of this kind of relatively dark scene on the Oppo Find X6 Pro, it just snaps in under a second. Whereas with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it will need to kick in night mode for about like 2.5 seconds. So you kind of have to hold still and wait. So that means if you're shooting a scene with people moving around, the iPhone image will not be able to capture the shot. But then if you look at the two photos, the Oppo image is much brighter, more details. But then you can argue the iPhone image keeps the mood of this scene a little bit better. So really, it really comes down to opinion at the end of the day. I do think it's inarguable the iPhone camera is more consistent. And portrait mode too. The iPhone portraits are consistently better than the Oppo Find X6 Pro. But the Oppo Find X6 Pro's camera hardware is more capable. And that's kind of been the story with Chinese Android flagships and the iPhone. Like the iPhone's always like a more well-rounded package, but Chinese Android brands give you so much hardware so that it's almost like Apple has to win in software and polish significantly to overcome the difference in hardware, because the Chinese brands are giving you much better hardware than what Apple's giving you. It's just that Apple's software and polish sometimes pushes the iPhone over, and this year with the 15 Pro Max, I think iPhone's doing enough to pushes it over the top. Whereas in the last couple of years, that was not the case. The last couple of years, I would have picked the Oppo or Xiaomi or Huawei or Vivo cameras over the iPhone. But this year, I have to give credit to Apple. They've improved the software and overall polish enough that kind of the iPhone 15 Pro Max is probably the best overall camera system right now. But that's completely up for debate. So yeah, that's about it for this camera comparison between these two phones. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will help me a lot. I have a lot more coming, including Google Pixel 8 Pro, OnePlus Foldable, and a couple of other Huawei devices too. So please stay tuned. Thanks for watching.